So, hi again. I am here joined by Maria Eugenia Flores from Costa Rica, who was another one of the participants in the very first IDLTM, which was 20 years ago at the moment, 20 years ago, October 2001. I'm very happy to see you, Maria. I haven't seen her for probably 19 years now. So it's great to see you. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've been doing since the IDLTM course?
Hi, Andy, and everyone who will eventually be watching. Um, I am currently, I'm Maria Flores from Costa Rica. So greetings from the rainforest. I'm currently retired, but before this wonderful state, I um, I had a 40 plus year career in the field of education and specifically, more specifically, in the teaching and learning of English. So I was a tenure professor at the University of Costa Rica, specifically focused on courses on cross-cultural communication and also teacher education, who has always been my passion. And then after that, I was also the academic director for the Costa Rican United States Binational Center. And that was probably my main job, divided in two terms.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there over 14 years. And in between terms, I was also the training director for Peace Corps Costa Rica, um, training volunteers to serve um, in our
Yeah,
rural,
in the rural communities.
yeah,
Mhm.
communities. So, as I said, it's been a fruitful, enjoyable, fulfilling career that I've had.
Great. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, at present, I'm still an educational consultant, and I do cross-cultural workshops and stuff, but that's once in a while. And right now, what I'm doing is
Enjoying retirement.
enjoying another pace of life, and enjoying my dear ones and the things I like, picking up my photography again and stuff like that. It's
No,
fun.
that sounds good. Yeah, it sounds really good. So I don't know if you can cast your mind back 20 years to the IDLTM, but is there anything that you particularly remember? I mean, either remember in the sense of the social side of it, or what you got from it in that way, but also in the sense of professional. Is there anything particular that you remember that you really got from the course?
Oh, that's a hard question because there's so many wonderful memories about Ilton. Uh, I think that in my professional life, there was a before and after Ilton, and having to think about a particular memory. I would say that what I cherish the most and what I keep in very close to my heart still today is the people.
Mm-hmm.
The synergy that was created in that first group was something that was like a blessing in my life. It was wonderful, and I'm talking uh, both about my peers, my the other students, the other five,
Mm-hmm.
as well as professors and people like you that were running around making it happen, et cetera, et cetera. So um, the reason I think this is such a wonderful memory is because very soon the group came together in a very horizontal relationship, if you will
Mm-hmm.
recall.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
it was like we were all learning from each other. So it was not a professor student relationship at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was, this group of people really wanting to understand and learn about each other and about administration, because most of all, like myself, we came from educational and applied linguistics backgrounds. But at that time, we were all holding administration positions.
Yeah, yeah.
We were directors of
Mm-hmm.
this or that or the other. And we were doing that job, I think, very intuitively. Um, and with all our heart and passion and whatever, but really, in many cases, not not knowing exactly how to go about very specific things. So that's why I say IDLTM is, there's a before and after.
Before and after IDLTM.
And yeah, in my professional life, definitely.
Yeah.
Uh, having been together with you guys for the period that we were together, face to face first, then on Blackboard, which was the thing at the moment, and it was so interesting to
Yeah,
get
that
to
was so
work on
new
that.
as well for everybody. I mean,
It
for
was
us too.
so
Of course,
innovative. It
online
was
and
so
everything.
innovative. Yeah. And then having had the wonderful opportunity of coming back to close the course, Ukraine, and you were the one in charge of that. And I think that you remember the wonderful time we had, not only
Fantastic. Yeah, yeah.
the very wonderful hostess we had, because Mariana could have been better, but also just coming together and again sharing and seeing how much we had grown throughout all that time, through what we had learned, and how we were putting all those pieces together in our jobs at the time. It was wonderful. It was really wonderful. So yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I really, I mean, I could talk with you for a day probably about things that I
About how
remember.
good the course was. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember,
but
if I'm right, I mean, a completely unexpected benefit of the course, if I recall correctly, is that you and Anka who's from Romania. I mean, I now live in Romania, but then I was living in the States. But I since live in Romania. But Anka and you had some kind of teacher exchange between Romania and Costa Rica. Am I right that you organized some teacher?
no.
No, you
We
wanted to,
wanted
but you didn't make it happen.
it didn't happen. We wanted to. That's when I finished my first term at the Central
Uh-huh.
and Binational Center, and there was 10 years in between at Peace Corps,
Ah,
and then
okay.
I
Then
did
after that,
come
you came
back.
back.
Yeah, and then I did come back to. Well, they looked for me because they needed a change, and I was like 3 4 years, away from retiring, and I didn't want to leave Peace Corps because that was a very fulfilling job. Really,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, see all those kids working in the communities and everything. But I also thought it was a nice way of, like rounding up and closing my career. And
Mm-hmm.
so I went back to a Central, but that was many years ago. So yeah, that plan was not. It didn't came to terms.
It didn't end up coming to fruition, but I do remember that being this fascinating plan, and
Oh,
I was really looking.
absolutely, absolutely. And
Yeah,
it would
yeah,
have been very nice, but yeah,
yeah,
at that moment, life took me elsewhere, and it didn't happen.
yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't happen. But thinking about my coming back to a Central, that was 16, 17 years after Iddleton, and I, I really had to come in with my complete toolbox. I had to go back to every single thing I had learned in Iddleton because
Mm-hmm.
what they were requiring at the moment was 360-degree change in the institution. And for that, you had to had a very clear vision
Yeah.
of where to go, uh, based on the mission of the institution that has never changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I I had so present all my classes related to strategic planning,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and then that other module, I don't know if you remember. I think it was the last module, um, um, change management.
Uh-huh.
It was given by Donald Freeman.
Donald Freeman gave it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and those were key tools
Yeah, yeah.
in my coming back and making the changes. I could understand the global picture, but I could also see the micro
Hmm.
elements that compose that picture. And and that view was something I was trained for in IDLTM. And then change management, knowing that change just doesn't happen, you make it happen. Understanding that to be a leader means to empower your people. That's all about teamwork
Hmm.
and all about really, as I said, providing all the elements needed to create those horizontal relationships where you just bring everyone's talent in, and then magic happens.
Hmm.
And so basically that's what happened. And I, I cannot, I cannot be grateful enough for IDLTM and all the all the tools I got there.
Well, that's it's very good to hear, and it's great to hear it on on the recording, so I can share with other people, because I think, I mean, it has been such a great course for
Yes.
all of the people over the years who've taken it. We've had, probably around 500 people over the years have taken the course, and it's so the experience for so many has been so powerful and so strong. So it's been great. So I'm going to stop the recording now, and thank you very much for making the time to talk to me. It's been great.
Oh, you're most welcome. You're most welcome.
And I
And
will.
I wish IDLTM the very best for the future, specifically because I know how important it can be
Mhm.
for all of us who end up administrating and leading institutions with applied linguistics and education backgrounds. So I think it's a great supplement.
Great. Thank you. Well, thanks for saying so. And I'm really glad that you feel that way.